What's up, Dreamwares? Welcome back to another episode of a podcast on Elm Street. I'm Mark.
And I'm Brooke.
And this week we are hopping onto the bandwagon and we are talking about 2022's Prey.
Yeah.
This movie was just released on Friday. I can't remember the actual date, but it was like the 5th or something.
Yeah.
August 5th or something like that. Yeah. Before we start talking about this one, what have you been up to in the 2 days since we last recorded?
In the 2 days. Let's see if you remember this time. And you did not.
I didn't. Sure didn't. There
You
you
just
go.
did this 2 days ago.
I know.
So like I said, we just recorded like 2 days ago. So you know me, I did watch lots of movies.
Even in those 2 days.
Yeah. I finished What Josiah Saw.
Uh-huh.
I didn't like it.
I see that.
I need to watch it again because this movie is getting crazy reviews.
Yeah.
Like not like crazy, like I don't know, like a lot better reviews than I thought. Like I don't know, man. The ending was kind of nuts. Like the twist was like pretty cool, but then like I don't know, man. I didn't enjoy it that much.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I finished Lightyear.
Yep.
Was also kind of disappointed in that movie.
Wow.
I did not like the story. Like I liked the beginning of the story, but then where they took like the Zerg stuff, I didn't like where they went with that. Just kind of very confusing, to be honest.
I know someone who's gonna fucking rail you for that one.
Oh, I know. I watched the movie Cha Cha Real Smooth, and you're asking me what the fuck is that?
Yep.
I did change it to 4, so I don't know why it still has 5, but it's a new movie on Apple TV. Really good. I highly suggest watching it. It has just barely stuck into my top 10 for this year.
Yeah.
Really good. And then I watched a new horror movie on Netflix called Incantation. I've seen TikTok talk about this movie so crazy, like, oh, you can't finish this, but you can't finish this movie.
Oh, it's one of those ones, eh?
Yeah. I watched it in the daytime and it's legit scary.
Oh yeah?
I really liked it. Yeah. It's kind of long. But I liked it a lot. So.
It's like Taiwanese or something, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like this says based on a true story.
Oh,
so,
really?
Yeah, it was good. Scary. Really good effects. Yeah.
Nice. I will have to check it out.
And that's it.
Not a whole lot.
No. What about you?
Also not a whole lot. Actually, the only 2 movies I watched are 2 children's movies.
There we go.
Yeah, I also watched Lightyear. I really enjoyed it. I get what you mean with the whole Zerg thing, though. Like, it kind of lost me for a little bit, but as a whole, I thought the movie was really good.
Yeah.
Probably would have been a little bit better if Tim Allen was in it, but I'm not gonna hop on that train. And then yesterday after work, I took Brady to go see Super Pets, or DC's League of Super Pets. It was good. It was a lot of fun. I was telling Sarah there's like a lot of adult innuendos in it.
Oh yeah,
like a lot. I was very surprised. I was like, God damn, like they're really pushing the envelope with this one. But yeah, it was fun. Good watch. Not necessarily a theater movie, but I wanted to take Brady because he really wanted to watch it. So
yeah. I heard that Keanu was great as Batman.
Yes, Keanu was great as Batman. Yeah.
So is there like, without giving too much away, like is there like a super pet villain?
Yeah. Yes. There
is.
And it's a very funny pet villain.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it'll be on streaming soon. So definitely check it out.
Yeah, definitely. It's been in theaters for a few weeks now, so I was actually kind of surprised it was still there. But
nice,
because our theater sucks ass.
Yeah, it's not the greatest.
Do
Yeah.
better, Brockville Cineplex.
I might try and go watch Bullet Train tomorrow before I leave on the trip, but
Nice.
don't know if I'll have.
Yeah, there's probably not a lot in theaters that you haven't watched already, eh?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, cool. So yeah, it's only been 2 days since we last recorded, so not a whole
Yeah.
lot going on right now.
Nope.
So let's dive into this movie.
Let's do it.
All right, like we said in the intro this week, we are talking about 2022's Prey. It was just released on Hulu and Disney Plus up here in Canada because we're not cool enough for Hulu.
Nope.
Disney Plus does not have the Comanche edition either.
They do.
What? How?
If you go over, because I saw it there today, I was going to watch it, but I didn't. If you go over to extras and then down, it has the Comanche version.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was going to watch it, but it's dubbed.
I did read that, but they said that they like matched it up really well.
Oh, okay.
But
yeah.
Okay, so there's
maybe on my next watch, I'll watch the Comanche because like I don't know, I'm not a fan of dubs. Like
me either.
Especially if they're really bad. So I was like, I can't do my first watch on dub. So
yeah, no, it's a fair point and probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Considering your score that you gave it anyways.
Okay, it's not a bad score. Right? Jesus Christ.
All right. What are you drinking tonight?
Still just boring old Miller Lights.
Yeah, I was hoping you were still drinking them.
There we go. You got the tall can, it looks like.
No, it's just a stubby. It's a Miller party.
Miller time.
All right, starting off the synopsis. The origin story of the predator in the world of the Comanche Nation 300 years ago. Naru, a skilled warrior, fights to protect her tribe against one of the first highly evolved predators to land on Earth. Sums it up well.
There's something out there. I'm coming with you.
You can't.
I'm trying to protect you.
Protect me from what? It's time.
It knows how to hunt. I know how to survive.
This movie was directed by Dan Trachtenberg, who has done 10 Cloverfield Lane, 1 episode of The Boys, and 1 episode of Black Mirror.
Yeah.
And we're keeping Brooke up on a Wednesday night. So yeah, he's only done 2 movies, but like both of them have been very well received.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see what he comes out with next. Because I mean, he's a good director, obviously.
Yeah.
The cast starts off with Amber Midthunder, who played Naru. She's in Roswell, New Mexico, Legion, 14 Cameras, and Hell or High Water. Next up, Dakota Beavers, who played Tabe. This is his only acting credit, which was impressive. Stormy Kip, who played Wasape. This is also his only acting credit. And lastly, I have Dane Delegro, who played the Predator. He was in 2 episodes of American Horror Stories, a couple of episodes of other shows. A little bit of a biography on him. He's 6'9" tall, and was a 4-year starter for the University of New Hampshire Wildcats, and graduated with the 2nd all-time rebounding record. And then he went on to play professional basketball in Italy and Israel for 8 years, and he retired not too long ago to pursue an acting career. And he's going to be in Tom DeLonge's upcoming movie, Monsters of California.
Oh, did not know that Tom DeLonge was releasing a movie.
Me either, but I want to watch it. But yeah, a lot of this cast, besides like the obvious, like the European, like the French people that are in it.
Yeah.
A lot of them are from Indigenous descent. A lot of them are Canadian actors. A lot of them are activists for Indigenous people and everything like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I really liked that they got a cast like this. Because like they're not well-known actors. They're just they're people that they brought in to kind of bring recognition and awareness to the Indigenous people.
Mm-hmm.
That was really good. I don't have any honorable mentions. I don't know if you do.
Me either. I mean, I think the dog wasn't the dog like based on the dog from like Mad Max or like Fallout or something like that.
I could see Fallout. Yeah.
That
was another little thing too. The dog who played Stormy. I'm reading Stormy Kip. The dog who played Shari, or Shari. I can't remember what the dog's name is in the movie. Sorry.
Yeah.
Was an American dingo that had no acting experience whatsoever. They adopted this dog specifically for this movie because they wanted to get like an old breed in the movie because it would make more sense than having like a newer breed of dog. But I mean, the dog fucking killed it, considering it's had no training to be like in movies and stuff like that.
Yeah, it did a good job. Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got.
Cool.
So let's dive into this movie discussion.
Let's get into it. I thought the whole first act was boring as fuck.
Come on. What was boring about it?
Nothing happened.
But we see Naru and Tabe living like we see the Comanche lifestyle in the first act of this movie, right? Like they're talking about their Kutamia or whatever, and like finding out how they're living and what they're doing. And then we see I thought it was cool, like we see Naru kind of advancing into like the hunter that she wants to be in that first act.
Like she's getting better at her skills and stuff like that because the tribe, they don't think that she can be like a hunter. She has like other skills that she can do, but like I don't know, I just was very bored during all of it. Like it was building up to like something, even with like the Predator, like just like teasing it, like we already know what the Predator is capable of and what he looks like. Like I just felt like even like the characters, like I didn't care about any of the characters except for Naru a little bit and the dog, of course. But like,
so like up until what point were you bored?
I'd say like the bear scene.
Damn, that far into it.
Yeah, it was like a good like 45 minutes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the Predator at that point, kind of.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed watching the Because even before the bear scene, like they go and hunt that cougar and everything too.
Yeah.
You thought that was boring too?
I don't know. Like, was it like anything special? Like, I don't know. It just maybe because like we know. Well, obviously you liked it, but like
Yeah.
I know what the Predator looks like and is capable of. So I just felt like it was teasing something that everyone already knows what it looks like, or like you're teasing what the Predator, like the reveal of it for like an hour of the movie.
Mm.
I don't know.
The thing I liked about all of this, like opening part two, is like because the Predator lands on Earth and then he's like stalking the Earth because his sole purpose of being there is to find the best, like the apex predator that's on this planet.
Yeah.
Right. And there was one scene where he's in his like camouflage, so you can't really see him, but you see an ant like just kind of crawling up into the air.
Yeah, I did like that scene. Yeah.
Yeah. And then you see a mouse come, and then the mouse eats the ant. And then a snake comes, and the snake eats the mouse.
Yeah.
And then the snake goes to fucking bite the predator, and he fucking slams his wrist blades through it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's like there's so many different instances throughout the movie where the predator is up against like what he thinks is the next apex predator.
Yeah.
Which I thought was really cool.
Yeah, it was definitely building like to that because like he started with like the snake and then he met the lion. They call it a lion, but it was actually like a cougar, I think. Right?
Yeah.
And
the wolf. There was the wolf.
Oh yeah, the wolf. Yeah, in the plains. Yeah.
That scene was fucking brutal.
Yeah, that was. Yeah. Yeah. And like it's kind of like shitty. Like he's going camouflage, so like it's kind of an advantage. Like he's not really using like his true fighting abilities, right? I guess that's what a predator is, right? They have different abilities. But like, yeah, like he's invisible the whole time. Like the wolf like tries biting him and he just like fucks it up and like fucking just like tears it's like guts out, then takes his head off and then like sprays some like I don't know, like acid like gas on it, and it just like eats away like the skin and stuff.
And just leaves a skull.
Yeah.
And I like too that he keeps the skull like on his side as like a trophy piece kind of thing.
Yeah, because that's what Tabe hurt him with later in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because that's what he did like in the 87 Predator.
Like the original one.
Yeah. I did like how in this movie though, like it like not everything I think of is bad about this movie, okay? I did like how in this, like it was him, like his old technology was from back in the day, right?
Yeah.
Because like the first time you see like the lasers, you're like, oh shit, like it's gonna be like his fucking cannons or whatever it is usually that you're used to. And it's like arrows, and it's like, oh shit, okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And like his mask he has is like kind of like this wooden like mask. It doesn't cover his whole face, it covers like the top half.
Yeah, it's like a bone mask kind of thing. I make mention of that too in my review, how he has like primitive weapons in this one.
Yeah.
And like it's still like super advanced compared to what he's up against on Earth, but like in terms of the predator technology, like it's very primitive. Like you can tell that it's old technology.
He's like one step ahead of like humanity, right?
Yeah, which is what he's
like
always been.
Exactly, because he has that shield that he brings it later. He has like some other weapons. I think like his spear, like only he can throw it, I think.
Yeah, Naru tried to throw it at one point too, and it like locked up on her kind of thing.
Yeah.
And he had this like blade that he pulled out, and it's like, remember those bracelets that you could like slap onto your wrist back in the 90s? It kind of reminded me of that, like the way that he flicks it out and then it kind of uncurls and he slams it around the metal thing that's on his ankle and it eats through it.
Yeah.
So I mean, he still has like very advanced technology, just not advanced for him kind of thing.
Yeah.
One thing I like about this movie too is like, so like you already mentioned it, but like so many times we see him in his camouflage, but every time he kills something, blood splatters up onto it. So like we're always seeing like just this like floating blob of blood everywhere.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool touch.
Mhm. And then like she finds like the dead buffalo, and like she thinks it might be the predator, but then like she sees the whole field is just like dead buffalo. So then she kind of is like, oh, I don't think that's the buffalo.
The predator.
But
You said I don't. She doesn't think that it's the buffalo.
or the Frenchman. Or sorry, the predator.
Predator. There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
Yeah. Did you think that the sinking marsh that she like fell into, like, did you think that was like, did you clue in at all that it may be brought back later?
Not really, but I'm glad they did.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because that just goes to show like how smart she can be.
Mhm.
I thought that scene was cool too. Like, you know, nothing's gonna happen to her, but at the same time, like she ends up sinking down to where it's like just her head sticking out.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she's just able to get her tomahawk out.
Mhm. Yeah.
By the way, that weapon is fucking badass once she gets the rope onto it.
Yeah. And then like the rest of the
Ah.
pack, like the guys are like making fun of her and stuff. Like,
Well, you need a
Yeah.
leash for your weapon.
yeah.
Motherfucker, watch her with this thing. She is Kratos.
Yeah. The bear scene was just ridiculous, but like awesome at the same time.
Yeah.
But like that bear kicked his ass, man.
Oh yeah.
Like there's no way that like, I don't know, the way that she like hurts him at the end of the movie, and like she's like, well, not trying to get too far ahead, but like she's doing crazy damage on him, and she's like, you know, this fucking 120-pound girl.
Yeah.
And then this bear is like mauling him, like going fucking ham on him. And it's like, dude, this is like 1,000-pound grizzly bear.
Yeah.
And like at one point, it's like on top of him, just like fucking shaking him around and like clawing at him. And he had like no damage. I was like, okay, come on, man. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
that's a bit ridiculous.
That's fair.
But then I thought it was sick, like after she's like in the beaver dam or whatever,
Mhm.
and then he just like fucking knives it, and then like just picks it up, and all the blood is like going over top of him, and like,
Yeah.
it reveals him. I
So
thought that was
sick.
really cool. Yeah.
I like too, like after the bear finishes mauling him and like the bear thinks that he's killed it,
Yeah.
it gets up on its hind what that was, gets up on its hind legs
Mhm.
and just starts like roaring, and it's got all the green blood like pouring out of its mouth.
Yeah.
It's just like it looks so badass.
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't think the CGI of the animals looked good at all. Like it was pretty bad.
It was bad.
It
That's
was
like
pretty bad.
that's my main gripe with this movie is the
Yeah.
animal CGI.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, and then right after this is kind of like where like shit really starts to turn. Like you get more like the violence and shit.
Mhm.
And she ends up running into like the rest of like the clan. I don't know if Tabe was there.
No, he sent them to go get her because he was looking
Yeah.
for her somewhere else.
Yeah. And they end up like getting a fight. She's beating the shit out of one guy. I don't know. Like there's this movie, like I only really know the two main characters. Like the rest of the people, like I have their names written down, but I couldn't tell you who is who.
So Wasape is the one that she was fighting, and he's the one that had like the feather
Oh, okay.
headdress on.
And then Aruka was the guy in the field with her, maybe.
No, Aruka is her mother.
Oh, okay.
I can't remember what the other guy's name is.
But yeah, she's
I
like
have it written down.
beating the fuck out of Wasape. Like she's like kicking his ass, but then
Yeah.
they kind of like end up like kind of teaming up on her a bit. And the predator's like up in the trees, like looking. He like sees that kind of they're the ones that he has to go up against, like
Mhm.
that can put up a fight against him.
Yeah. And that's one thing I really liked about this too, is that he's only looking for things that are threatening to him. So throughout the whole movie until the very end, he does not see Naru as a threat.
Yeah.
So there's many instances throughout the movie where he can kill her and he just leaves her alone.
Yeah.
And that's
Yeah.
his ultimate mistake because
Mhm.
she's the one who's left at the end. But so, yeah, I thought that was really cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So they have her tied up, and then shit just pops off. There's like some possums, and the guy Wasape like shoots them, and then he's like, "Oh, it's just a possum," and she's like, "Well, what chased him away?"
Yeah.
And then you see like the predator up near him, and then like this whole scene is just like fucking crazy. Like he's fucking cutting off arms, he's like stabbing people with spears and cuts the guy's head off. Like he's just going fucking ham.
My favorite kill in this scene, I don't know how he does it because it happens so fast. Like I need to watch it in slow motion. But the one scene he cuts the guy's legs off at the knees at the same time as like jamming him into a tree trunk with his like blade.
Yeah.
So he's just like hanging there with no legs.
Yeah.
So fucking cool.
Yeah. And this is where we first get the first look of the arrows that he uses. Because Wasape is like out in the getting the possum, and then he sees like these lasers and like, what the fuck is this? Never seen something like it. All of a sudden, I think Naru picks it up that she knows something bad's about to happen.
Yeah.
But then it's like too late. He gets like an arrow like in the heart, in the chest, and then like one right in the eye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this predator can like separate the lasers.
Yeah.
So because like the predator in the one in the movies that we're used to, like it's like a clump of lasers that like, well, it's still three, but like they stay in one spot. This one, like he can shoot the arrows individually and they go right to where the laser is, like each laser point. And like with Wasabi there, he it's spread out like you said, like it's like a big triangle like over its body.
Yeah. And I wasn't too sure where this movie would go, like what kind of like story they would kind of do with it. They do add like the I think it's the French, like they come in. I'm not too sure where this movie is like supposed to take place, if it's maybe like kind of northern US maybe.
I did some research.
Okay.
So the Comanche tribes, they started off as a mountain tribe, and then they eventually were able to find and ride horses. So they never rode horses before. And then once they were able to do that, they kind of left the mountains and went to the plains. And they're actually heavily populated in like northern Texas and like Oklahoma, like the desert plains area kind of the United States. They were the only tribe that was stronger than the Apaches. And I don't know if the French part is accurate, like historically accurate, because it was the Spaniards that were the big issue for them, because the Spaniards had overtaken what's Mexico now. So they were kind of moving up. So they were like their main European enemies, I guess, until they ended up like banding together with them in order to fight the Apaches.
Right. Okay.
So I don't know how accurate the French part is, like with the settlers here. But around that time period, it would have been the Spaniards down there.
Right. Okay. So everyone around her is pretty much dead. She's the only one alive, and then she gets taken prisoner from the French. They tied her up, and I think, was it her mom? No, it wasn't her mom that was in the other cage. It was no, because before this, she's running away into the corner, like the field, with the other guy that survived. And then like they're in the field, and then the like arrow thing like goes on the guy. She saves him, but then kind of does like a faraway shot and you don't see like his full death. You just see like this like big like spray like gust of blood like
Yeah.
come up in the air.
I liked that scene too, because you can see Naru and the guy running through the long grass, and then you can just see the predator coming from behind them, going like fucking 60 kilometers an hour. Just
Yeah.
you don't see him because he's in camouflage, but like just all the grass around him, it's like going down as he's running through, but it looks so cool.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, she gets captured, and who's the one that also gets captured that they end up? Is it her brother?
Yeah, it's Tabe.
Yeah, Tabe. Yeah. So yeah, they're trying to like ask her. I think like what is like a question about what's going on, like what this thing is that's killing everyone.
Well, like the leader of the Frenchmen, he's an asshole, and like he just wants to like torture and kill them.
Yeah.
But then one of the other guys who speaks English.
Yeah, his character name is Waxed Mustache.
Raphael.
Well, in IMDb, it has Waxed Mustache, man.
Oh, really? Because it's his gun that she gets, and it has his name etched on the gun.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like a translator. So he speaks to Naru, and he's like, if you know what's good for you, you're going to help us like figure out what this is, kind of thing. And then they end up releasing Naru and Tabe, kind of, and using them as bait in the forest.
Yeah, they cut Tabe like across like his stomach, chest area.
Yeah.
And then they tie them up, and this whole scene is fucking nuts.
Oh man, it's so good.
They're like tied up, and then there's like two guys out further with like guns. They have guns, the French. And then all of a sudden, like their horses run away, and then the predator shows up, just like kills them both, and then it's like, and then Naru is like, oh, like we're bait, like, and then Tabe I think says, oh, we gotta get the fuck out of here. And she's like, no, like we're tied up, like we're not a threat to it right now.
Yeah, she said that's not how he hunts.
Yeah. And then like the French end up like spraying a trap with the metal trap that Naru found at the beginning of the movie. I don't think it doesn't cut its foot off, but it hurts it pretty bad.
Yeah.
And then it ends up like just destroying all these guys. Like it has some like net, like a acid net, I think.
Yeah, it's
that
so cool.
like throws over one guy. He like takes out this like, I don't know what it was, like kind of like a whip kind of thing that like he uses to like break the foot trap.
Yeah, that's what I meant earlier, like those bracelet things that you like slap over your wrist.
Yeah. And then they're still tied up, and then he's like, all of the guys have their guns, they're like trying to shoot him. He's like hopping through the trees. There's just like so many kills. The one kill that I talk about later on, but it's the guy's like up against a tree, and he just like takes the shield and just fucking shoves it, and then like opens it up and just like explodes the guy's head.
Yeah.
Fucking sick kill. Anything else from that scene?
My favorite kill is whenever it just looks so fucking cool. He picks up that the bear trap that was around his foot, and he like flips it up, and just the way he like stands and he like holds it like this, like he's like a fucking superhero for a second, and then he just hawks it and nails a guy right in the face with it.
Yeah.
Was it this scene? The imagery of this scene, because like it looks like snow falling, but it also kind of looks like ash. And it's
I think it's ash. Yeah.
It's like a very gray setting in the forest. And you see him just like kind of stand up, and it's like a back view of him. And just like that image is so fucking cool.
Yeah. I liked how they kind of brought back the famous line from the first original Predator. Whenever Tabe says, like, he's like starts it off like, if it bleeds. I was like, is he gonna say it? Then he just changes it up a bit. He's like, if it bleeds, we can kill it.
Yeah.
So they end up getting in a way. Tabe ends up splitting off from Naru.
Yeah, he's going to get somebody, and
He doesn't
she
come back with anyone though.
no, he said he was going to find somebody, and she
Maybe he
said,
just went to find his horse. Maybe.
"Oh, that's what it was." Yeah, he's like, "I need
Yeah.
to get a horse," and
Yeah.
she said, "I'll go and get Sari." And then
Yeah.
he comes back on the horse at like the little French camp.
Yeah. Because yeah, she's at the camp and
Waxed mustache.
wax mustache. Yeah. Like it's kind of he's pretty much dead at this point. Like
Missing a leg.
he's missing a leg. He gives her his gun and he's like kind of trying to like tell her how to use it. Like don't put too much of the gunpowder in, stuff like that. And so gives her the gun, and then this part was kind of confusing because she has the orange flower around her neck. And is that how it can't detect her?
Yeah, because that orange flower, she gives it to the guy that gets attacked by the cougar earlier on too. And if you give it to them, it slows their blood flow and like makes it cold.
Oh, so they eat it.
Yeah, they eat that flower. So it makes your blood cold, which in turn makes it not run as like it thickens it up kind of thing. So that's why she gives it to him, and she gives it to the guy who got attacked by the cougar earlier too.
Yeah.
So they don't bleed out basically.
Yeah.
But then the predator who uses like body heat to see, he can't see him because his blood's so cold.
Yeah. I love that he goes like up to the guy. He's in like little camp, and he like turns around to leave and steps on the guy's foot.
Yeah.
The guy just like shoots up, and then like predator just fucking right through his fucking head.
Doesn't even hesitate. Just
no. Yeah. And there's a little like fight here. Naru is like about to get, I think, arrowed. Is this the scene where the dog comes up and kind of like, I'm not sure what the dog did, but kind of distracted the predator?
Yeah, the dog's running at him, and the predator gets one of the arrows ready, and he's like aiming it at the dog.
Yeah.
And that's when Tabe arrives and smashes him over the back of the head.
Right. Yeah, this whole scene with Tabe was sick. Like the choreography and like just Tabe looked unstoppable. Like he was like fucking shooting arrows, like would like slide under him, yank one out, fucking
reuse it. Yeah,
reuse it.
Whenever he jumps off the horse with the spear and like jumps over the predator and then stabs him in the back with the spear.
Yeah.
Looks so cool.
Yeah. It was sick. But obviously Tabe's not our hero of this movie.
Yeah.
He ends up perishing.
I like the line right before he dies too. Because like the predator goes invisible again, and he's looking around like he's got his arrow, like his bow and arrow. And they're both kind of like looking around, scanning the area, and he just like kind of freezes. And he says something like,
"Now's your time."
Yeah, like I this is the end of the line for me. Like,
yeah,
I can't go any further, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then he tells her like he sees me as a threat. And then you can see like the predator's sort of silhouette behind him.
Yeah, Tabe definitely knew he was there behind him.
Oh yeah, he could sense him there.
Yeah. And then just fucking like through the back and fucking.
Yeah.
And then Tabe still ends up like kind of alive, I think. How does he end up helping her again? Does he
this is with the wolf head. Like he stabs him in the leg with the wolf head.
Yeah. And then she ends up getting away. Yeah. I love this next scene. Like it looks so bad, but the fat man is there with his fucking stump, and he like everyone in this movie just has no legs. And the rats are just fucking eating his fucking leg, and he's like, ah. Oh man. I think at the scene when he was fighting Tabe, she tried to shoot the gun, but then she didn't do it properly and it didn't fire, and that's when Tabe came in. And now nothing really happens, I think, in between like this scene and like the final scene.
Well, she's talking, she's in that, like, I don't know if it's like a cave or what it is, but with the Frenchman, the big fat guy who he's missing a leg. She gives him an unloaded gun, so the predator sees the gun in his hand. But then she also eats some of that the orange flower.
Yeah.
So her body temperature goes down. So when the predator goes in there, he only sees the big fat guy.
Yeah.
And he kills him. And as he's like focused on him, she comes up behind with that gun.
Yeah.
And shoots the predator in the back of the head.
Yeah.
Which then knocks his mask off, which is where the laser sights are.
Yeah.
And then she takes it and like runs.
Yeah.
And then we have this like semi montage of her setting up the traps in the forest and everything like that.
Yeah. Yeah. Like she's pretty smart with all this shit. Like she knows exactly what to do, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like an homage to like the original Predator, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Like this whole scene is fucking nuts. Like she's like kicks his ass pretty much the whole time. Like he gets a pretty good shots in, and like some of it wasn't very believable because like at one point the Predator like punched her square in the face, but then when he killed the bear, he punched the bear in the face and the bear died. So it's like okay, like, but whatever. I mean, it's can't really take it too seriously, right? So
she's stronger than a bear.
Yeah. But man, like she kicks his ass. Like at one point, she cuts his arm off, and like there's some stuff I liked and didn't like. Like I liked the setting of like the darkness and then like the green blood, but then like the blood also didn't like look that great, like the CGI of it. But I still like the color contrast between like the darkness and like the green blood.
Yeah.
Because like during the fight, his arm, when it gets cut off, he like tries to punch the tree and she misses, then she cuts his arm, but his arm is still stuck in the tree. So like during the fight, they'll be running by, those will be like this fucking green arm sticking out of the tree. What else did you like from this final fight?
I don't know, like we talked about the whole spear thing. I liked how, because like I thought that was going to be the end of it right there, was with the spear, but then on the first watch I'd forgotten about like how she has the mask set up in the tree.
Yeah.
But then like the spear locks up on her, like we mentioned before, and she can't use it. But the scene, like he's chasing her and she like runs up a tree and then does a backflip up off the tree.
Yeah.
Like she just turns into like this insane acrobatic person.
Yeah. And then she had, I think, some like sticks or something like set up on that tree. So he kind of like runs into like all the sticks and gets like stabbed to shit.
Which is smart on her part too, because the blood doesn't show up whenever he's invisible. Because I was thinking like she would have done that so that his green blood would show up if he went invisible, but I don't think it shows up whenever he's.
I don't think so.
In camouflage, no.
No.
So I don't know. Obviously, that was just to hurt her or hurt him.
Yeah.
But I think like the way that she uses that mud bog is so smart.
Yeah. I was like, oh shit, she's gonna try drowning it like before, but that like I was like, okay, did I really think that it was gonna die from drowning?
Yeah.
Then all of a sudden you see like it just fucking start getting up. You're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
But then I totally forgot with the mask, and she's like sitting there, and then you see like the dots, and then gets his fucking head blown off from the arrows.
And there's another homage to the original, because he's aiming the arrows at her like with his gun.
Yeah.
And she's like, do it. Come on, do it. Which is what
I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Which is what Arnold says in the first one too.
Yeah.
So then he fires the arrow, and then it fucking, because the laser's pointed right at him, and it fucking goes around the forest and comes back and poof.
Yeah.
Square in the forehead.
Yeah. And he doesn't realize it till like it's already like halfway around the tree.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's sick. Yeah, there is no way that the dog was dying either, because it's not really a threat to him. Because I think like he's already like scaled the like the predator.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And then she ends up cutting its head off and taking it back to the tribe.
She becomes the war chief.
Yeah. That's like kind of one thing that kind of bugged me about it, because it's like okay, she gets to kill like the predator, but like in like the OG, like we don't really see that the predator actually die. Like we just assume it's dead because it self detonates.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, this little girl gets to fucking kill the predator. Like there's no such thing as someone killing the predator. Like fucking this guy created the alien to fucking fight against it.
Hmm. I don't know. I like whenever she comes back and because she always has like face paint on, like traditional indigenous face paint. But whenever she comes back with him, she's got like his green blood as the
Yeah.
face paint, which is what the cover of the movie is.
Yeah.
But I think it looks so cool. Like you mentioned the contrast with the green blood earlier, but like she still has some of the black and then the green. She looks like a Monster Energy can.
Mm-hmm. Why do you think they went with the name Prey?
Oh, because
everything in the movie is prey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think so. I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you think, or would you be opposed to them creating a sequel
To
this movie? Yeah.
I mean, no. I don't know how they would do it. Like, just have more fucking predators come down.
Well, the way Anthony and I from Porcelain Peak, we were talking about it the other day because there's only him and I that had watched it, like in our group chat.
Mm-hmm.
I said I would like to, because you can assume that this predator is a scout.
Right.
So I was thinking it would be cool if the other predators know that this guy didn't come back. So obviously something happened to it.
Mm-hmm.
And then they band, like Naru's tribe bands together with like another Comanche tribe. And she has to like teach the warriors of that tribe how to battle against like these new ones that are coming in.
Right.
Just on like maybe a bit more of a grander scale.
Mm.
Like if you got like a few of them coming in.
Maybe. Yeah.
I just want more of Naru, man. I think she is so badass.
I just think it's too
cliche.
No, it's too like far ahead. Like it's too far back, I think, to kind of line up, like, unless like they're just like, this is not connected to other like predators. If this is like not a remake, but like a reimagining or whatever.
Well,
like if they're starting from scratch, like if none of the other Predator movies or Predator versus Alien exist in this universe.
So Anthony brought up a point which I didn't remember because it's been forever since I've watched Predator 2.
I've never seen Predator 2.
Okay, well, apparently in Predator 2, the Predator that's in it gives Danny Glover, sorry, the same flintlock gun that Naru has in this movie.
Oh, really?
So I don't know how it gets passed down 300 years later. But like, what if a sequel to this, more predators come down, the humans kick their asses again, then they hold off for a while. They advance their technology so far that they think like they're the ultimate killing machines at this point now, and then they come back and exact their revenge on their like ancestors.
Yeah, I could see that.
And that's where the new ones come in for like the newer aged Predator movies.
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
I don't know. I'm just spitballing. Like I said, I want more Naru.
Yeah. No, I think that's a good idea, actually. Yeah, I could be down for that.
Anthony said he sent me a picture, and it's the coolest fucking picture. I'll send it to you. But he said like do like an Assassin's Creed sort of thing. So every movie is like a different time period where the Predator drops down to. But look at this picture, because he said the next one could be ancient Egypt. I gotta find it. Where's my conversation with him? Here it is. Like, look at how badass that looks.
That looks ridiculous.
It looks so sick.
Oh my god.
Come on. Look how cool that looks.
No, I'm not behind that.
Really?
Yeah.
That looks like a female predator, actually. It looks like, oh, maybe not.
To be honest, I think this movie would have worked better as a TV series.
I could see that.
Like if like HBO picked it up, or even if Hulu did like a 10 episode series, I think it would have made it way better. Like you could have had that character development of like her family and her tribe. Like you only get that little like 3-minute like convo between her and her mom, and
Yeah.
I don't think you know who her dad is, unless her dad is the chief. I don't think so.
I don't know if her dad's the war chief or not.
I don't
Not
think so,
sure.
because he has a different wife, I think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, he
Um,
does actually.
Yeah. So I think this would have worked better as a 10 episode series.
I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how they continue on the story.
Maybe. Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
Anything else that you wanted to mention or talk about before we wrap it up?
Not really. I really like the end credits. We get the whole movie as like an indigenous hide painting,
Yeah.
which I thought was cool.
I liked it too. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, other than that,
Cool. All right. Well, that's the way the.
oh
You're lucky.
shit. I know. I'm just reading a thing right now online. In the hide painting during the end credits, it shows 3 predator ships arriving to Earth.
Oh, really?
So there is going to be sequel. There's got to be.
How do you know?
There's got to be. Yes. Yes.
Oh
Yes.
my god!
All right. I'm done.
All right. Before I was so rudely cut off.
I'm sorry.
And that's the way the green blood splatters.
That's what you're going to say.
I think I used that one for Predator too.
I think you did. So you've never seen Predator 2. All right. We're
No.
going to have to do a sequels episode, and we'll
Well, they're all on Disney Plus now, so
That's true. They are. Yeah.
I feel like I gotta watch it.
Hmm. I'm not a huge fan, but I mean,
When was the last time you watched it though?
a while back.
I really want to read the Predator books too now.
I know. Me too. We have so many alien books to get through, though.
I know.
And they do a crossover book series with them as well.
Yeah.
It's
Too much.
crazy. Anyways, lay it on me. Give me your reviews. Break my heart.
Hey, I'm not gonna break your heart. Okay. maybe for the first part. So my story, I gave a 3 out of 10. I said no bad pacing, no character development, and gave no shits about anybody except for Daru. I could do without the first act just building up for nothing. We know exactly what we're getting. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. All right.
Quality, I give an 8 out of 10.
Okay.
I
That's
said
better.
well shot, beautiful cinematography, and great choreography with some of the scenes. I thought the acting from the main actress was great. The CGI was poor.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. I think this is a really well made movie. It's just like, I don't know, like the story just kind of took it down a few pegs for me. That's why I think like it'd be better as a TV series. You could get that development of the characters and still have the fucking badass violence and fight scenes.
That's fair.
So 3 out of 10 and an 8 out of 10.
All right. Our scores are vastly different.
Mhm.
My story, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
Wow. Okay.
I said I absolutely love this take on the Predator lore. This is the first time humans have seen a predator, and it's the first time a predator has seen humans. The way they learn about each other is such an interesting and enjoyable ride. The different instances of the predator finding other apex predators such as himself was a really cool touch. I loved the incorporation of indigenous traditions and learning about their way of life, from their dwellings to their medicine to the kutamia. Watching Naru grow as a warrior throughout the movie was one of my favorite things about this movie. Even just the scenes of her like advancing her weapons and figuring out ways that they're going to work better for her. Naru's companionship with Sari and the way they used each other to get out of situations was awesome, especially considering that the dog had no previous experience with movies. As of right now, this is my second favorite movie of the year so far, and it's my favorite movie in the Predator franchise.
Oh my god.
It's like a 1A, 1B. Like Predator and this one are
I was
very tight.
truly scared you were going to say that. I didn't think you would.
You didn't think it'd go that far?
Wow. Holy shit. All right. It's your own opinion. I respect it.
Yeah, I respected yours.
Okay.
My quality, I gave it a 9.5 out of 10. I said the character design of all characters was incredible, especially the Predator. I loved all of his primitive gadgets and the way he used them. And I already mentioned before, like I say primitive because you can tell it's a Predator from 300 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Its technology is still super advanced for human life in that time, but it's primitive for a Predator. The fight choreography was amazing, and every fight scene had me on the edge of my seat. I loved the score and the scenery of the movie. The script was good, and so was the acting, especially considering that a lot of these actors didn't have any acting experience. My only gripe with the movie was the CGI animals. I feel like they really could have done a better job with those.
Yeah.
We're both ready to throw fists for different reasons.
I know. Like,
I don't know if it's actually my favorite Predator movie, but like right now, like I just watched this movie twice in the last like 3 days, and I could watch it again tonight and I'd be perfectly fine with it.
Yeah.
So like it's like recency bias, I guess, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Just because I just watched it. I love the shit out of it. But I mean, if it's not my favorite, it's like fucking right behind Predator.
Yeah. I mean, there's not much like to compete with, to be honest.
Oh, the rest of them are shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love this movie. I give it 10 for story, 9.5 for quality.
Alrighty.
All right, you guys know our scores. Head on over to Rotten Tomatoes and see what they've scored it. The critics' consensus. The rare action thriller that spikes adrenaline without skimping on character development, Brooke. Prey is a Predator sequel done right. Now, did IGN ruin the score for you?
What do you mean?
Because they put up a post yesterday.
I didn't see what it was yesterday.
Right.
I just know the one that was like from Saturday or Sunday. It was like the next day, and they had like, oh, it's like already at 99%. And it's like, okay, calm down. It's like 2 days after.
Yeah. So yesterday they showed all of the Rotten Tomatoes rankings of the Predator franchise, but they had the scores on there. All right. So based off that, what do you think the critics scored this movie?
82%.
Increase that by 10.
All right.
92% on
how many ratings?
203.
Okay.
And an average score of 7.6 out of 10.
I don't get it, but I guess I'm in the minority.
That was like me with fucking Old Boy until I watched it a second time. So maybe you just need a second watch.
There you go.
The audience scored it an 80% on 2,500 ratings and an average score of 4.5 or an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
And Letterboxd?
Oh, Letterboxd. Has a 3.7 out of 5.
Okay.
I give it a 3 out of 5. You gave it a 5 out of 5. Jensen from Fright Crew gave it a 4, and Anthony from Porcelain Peak also gave it a 4.
Yeah.
So, see, I'm not too far off from that. I'm only 1 point behind.
Yeah. Behind. Maybe a 5 is generous. Too generous. No, fuck that. No, it's
If you like the movie, man, like
yeah,
leave it.
it's my shit.
Exactly.
All right, you ready for the scare section?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what did you give for a scare rating?
I give it a 2 out of 10. There were some very gruesome kills, but it wasn't scary, really. I didn't feel that like suspense, like the scene whenever Naruto was in like the mud pit. Like I knew that she wasn't gonna die, so I didn't have that like tense feeling. So yeah, 2 out of 10 for me.
Right.
Scariest scene. I said that the shield head kill was really cool and unsuspecting. Because like you didn't know like how much violence they would have in this movie, and they just show a guy's head explode from right up close.
Yeah.
It's pretty gnarly. And then Would I Survive? I just said laugh my ass off.
Nice. My scare rating, I also give it a 2 out of 10. So there's good tension throughout the movie. The kills were brutal, and that predator design was creepy as hell with and without the dope ass bone mask. That's one thing we didn't talk about. What do you think about the predator design in this one?
I really liked it.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot, actually. Yeah.
Did you like him without the mask too?
Yeah.
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 Okay. I did as well. But
yeah. Because like in the very first Predator, like he has the mask on the whole time. You can't see like any of his face, right?
mhm.
And they save like the full reveal to the end, and it's like, holy shit, that's fucking disgusting
Yeah.
of what he looks like. But then like in this movie, like you don't need to have the full mask. You just have to have like his little fucking, I don't even know, like Jeepers Creepers fucking mouth.
Like
coming out.
mandibles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
Yeah, so did I. My scary scene, I said the bear chase scene just because I didn't really know what to put. I said like
That's fair.
I know like nothing's gonna happen in Naru, but at the same time, like I was on the edge of my seat. Like I thought something was gonna happen to the dog maybe in this scene.
I thought for sure, like, I mean, guaranteed the dog or the bear would catch the dog.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Because Sari takes off down the beach and the bear
Mhm.
follows him, and I was like, oh fuck, this bear's gonna come back with a dog like in its mouth or something.
Yeah.
And like when her bowstring snaps, like she like, and then the bear turns its attention to her. I was like, oh shit, like you're fucked. Would I survive? I said hell to the no.
Yeah. We definitely wouldn't be a threat to the predator, so
No.
maybe we would survive because we wouldn't be a threat.
Actually, yeah, good point.
I don't change my answer
Very good point.
because
Yeah.
we're a couple of wussies. So
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. I take pride in that right now. All right. You threw a curveball at me a little bit. I thought do you think this movie was too hyped up? Because you were saying to me the other day that you were worried that it was going to be too hyped up.
yes, I think so.
Do you think if you would have watched it on day one, that your thoughts may have been different?
Probably not.
No?
No.
Okay.
I think maybe if we had maybe recorded this episode, like saved it for like a few months down the road, and kind of I could like watch it a couple times, kind of let it sit with me,
Yeah.
may have changed my mind on it.
Yeah.
Like I'm definitely gonna watch this movie again, like 100%.
Yeah.
Like it's not like I'm not gonna watch it ever again.
Yeah.
It's not very often you get a Predator movie
No, it's true. I can't remember when the last one was. A few years ago, though.
or a semi-decent one at that.
Yeah, fuck. Well, that hasn't happened since the 80s. Actually, I don't know which one.
I don't think I watched the Adam Brody one.
That's the one I was just going to ask about. Was that The Predator or was that Predators?
I think that was the Predator. I forget.
See, I think I've watched that one, but I haven't watched the one that he's not in.
I think I'm the reverse.
Okay.
But it's been a while since I've seen any Predator movie apart from the OG.
Yeah. I smell a franchise watch for Letterboxd. That'd be a short one too. There's only like what, 5 movies?
If you include the Alien vs Predator.
Oh yeah, I guess.
Yeah.
You could do like a whole crossover franchise watch.
Shit.
Damn, that's ambitious. All right. Well, this is our last recording for a few weeks
Together
because you're heading out across the country.
Yep.
To the
Going out west.
To the land of Alberta, where Canadians get their stereotypical accent from.
Yep.
Mostly Alberta or Newfies. But yes, so you and I aren't going to be recording for a little bit. But this episode is going to drop in time, like in succession, like how it normally would.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm going to close out the month with our friend Erica from Horror Cafe podcast. She offered to hop in as a co-host to ease our schedule in the first 2 weeks of August a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be sitting down with her and we're going to be talking about The Lodge.
Nice.
I saved you the trouble of watching it again because I know how much you despise that movie.
Man, it's gonna be so funny if you like do this watch and you absolutely hate it.
That would be funny, actually. You know what? Brooke had a point. This movie sucks ass. But yeah, I'm excited to sit down with Erica. She's an awesome person. We have plenty of conversations together. She's a big video gamer like we are. She hops on all of our YouTube game streams whenever we're on there.
Yeah, we'll get back to that because it's been a minute since
I was looking at
us have streamed. Yeah,
I was looking at my last one. It was a month ago.
Yeah,
and on that one, I was like, I gotta get back into this more often. And there we go. A month later, here we are. But yeah, she's always been a big support. So very happy to have her on. I'm excited to talk about The Lodge. All right. If you guys want to catch us on social media, you can find us at the Podcast on Elm Street on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. If you wish, or if you click the link in our bio on Instagram, you'll find links to our TeePublic account where we have our merch. There's also links to our Patreon account if you wish to support the podcast that way. There's also links to our individual Letterboxd accounts, our Discord server, and anywhere that you can listen to us.
Sir. Very good.
Yeah. All right.
Alrighty, we'll talk. Well, I won't talk to you next week, but Mark will.
I will. By the time this episode gets out, you will already be in Alberta.
Yeah.
But have a wonderful trip.
Thanks,
I'm
man.
jealous. I've never been out to the West Coast.
It's my first time too.
Nice. Never been to the East Coast either. I've been to more states than I've been to provinces.
That's sad.
Well, I mean, yeah.
You'll get there.
America has better food than we do.
All right, that's a hot take there. All right.
What do we have? We have poutine.
Yeah.
Which is A1, obviously.
Yeah.
We have the best maple syrup that you can get.
Yeah.
What else do we have? Ketchup chips. We have ketchup chips.
All dressed chips.
All dressed chips.
Butter tarts.
They don't have butter tarts down there?
I'm pretty sure that's a Canadian thing. Yeah.
Ooh, okay. All right. We have
Yeah.
better beer.
Better beer. Yeah. Better whiskey.
Sure. We'll go with
They
that.
used to import our whiskey, right?
That's
Back
right.
in the fucking the prohibition.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Good point.
How we lose all of our US listeners.
Shit. All right, guys. I will talk to you next week. Brooke, enjoy your trip. Talk to you in a few weeks.
Yes, sir.
Where we're starting our September episodes, and I'm fucking stoked for that.
It only took 3 years.
Right? Like, what the fuck? It's crazy.
Anyways,
All right.
I'm sure Mark will tell you guys in the next episode.
Maybe.
All right.
All right. See you later.